down. If I fuck things up, just tell me now. We're living in a blinded town, and we're running out of time. Feel like control when I'm talking to you. Slow trip, trying to play it cool. Nothing to do, let's drive to the ocean. Get high, lay on the beach. White water running down my feet. Make love and repeat. I don't ever want to stay all night to see the sunrise. It's way too soon to be calling me baby, but it feels so right against the moonlight. Deep sea diving head first, don't save me. Is there something I can say to make you wanna stay with me? Is there something I can say to make you wanna stay with me? Oh, make you wanna stay with me. Is there something I can do to show my love for you?
What is going on? What is going on? YouTube, we are live. We are live. We are back in the building. And special shout outs to you. All right, y'all. All right. Y'all can see my camera, right? So I'm using a computer camera right now. So this isn't my normal setup. But my camera, we just finished recording an episode of Meet to Marry, and I happen to use the camera. And one of my pieces to operate the camera is not here. It's actually with my videographer. So I'm using my computer camera. So bear with me. Y'all might not see me in the same beautiful light like I used to see me in, but I'm here and I'm live and I'm active for y'all and I'm ready to go. Today's a Friday. It is time for Grown Men Trash Talk. We got a good show for y'all. As y'all can see, I want y'all to stay tuned. I got the content from a content creator called Manosphere Highlight Daily. Shout out to Manosphere Highlight Daily for having some really great content. Their tag is in the description. So make sure you go and subscribe to them. If you are not, they're not short on subscribers by any means. But when I tell you their content, it hit, I'm like, yeah, nah, this is something I gotta review. Shout out to Queen Lala in the building. She is with us early. I miss you, my girl. What up? And also the lovely Shantae is in the building with us as well. Glam, classy. Hey, shout out to her. Make sure you follow everything Glam got going on. She does Hannah. She does you. Matter of fact, you tell everybody what you doing in the comment section because you do a lot. You got a lot going on. I know she makes some crazy good coquito around Christmas time. So I had bought myself for the family and it was amazing. Shout out to Glam by Classy Red. Also, make sure you tag yourself in whatever you do in the comment section as well. My guy, Blockchain, is in the building. My brother, big special shout out to yo. Shout out to my brother, man, who always, literally has from the moment we met each other, he's been there for everything grown men talking. He's been there for the channel. He's been there for me personally. He's been there for pretty much. I don't even know if I would have been able to design and create Meet to Marry the way I could have if it wasn't for his support from super chats, from all of the gifts that he's given out, everything like that. That's my brother right there. So make sure you do me a favor, lock in with my guy. He has his channel coming in hot. So make sure you subscribe to him. Also, Classy Red just laid out everything she got going on here. She says, I do Hannah. Coquitos coming back this fall. Make sure you follow her IG handle, Hannah by Shantae. Make sure y'all get to seeing what she got going on. She's dope, super talented, and Coquitos is off the chain. So make sure you follow everything she got going on. So listen, y'all, I got a good show for y'all. Like I said, I got the content from my guy Manosphere Highlight Daily. Tell you, awesome content creators. And you know what? I have some other things that I want to talk about as well. But I believe I'm going to start with their content because it's just so good that I don't want to hold y'all up. It sucks because I want more people to come in the building, but I'm not going to hold y'all for too long because who's here is here, right? I went live at 1:30. So if you're here rocking with your boy, we're going to get active and we're going to get into it. Do me a favor, stay active in the comment section. Hit the like button if you did not. Hit the like button. Let's get busy. All right, let's add this to the stage. Hold up, let's remove this from the stage and let's add this to the stage. And we are going to get into it. So here's the content, right? As you can see, it's in cartoon form, but it is AI generated. It's AI generated. But when I tell you the content itself, it makes you think, what would happen if men were to stop working for 30 days? What would happen? And I want to break it down because I think it's super important. And then they also have a video that's what would happen if women stop working for 30 days. So I think we'll do both today, right? How that sound, y'all? I think we could do both. Give me a thumbs up if we should do both videos today because it's some good content and I believe that it's a lot that we could unpack and unfold as we get into it. So without further ado, let's get active.
Let's play pretend, but not that Disney foolishness you grew up on. What if tomorrow every man on this planet just stopped working? No construction, no trucking, no lights, no food, no defense. 30 days, no men. Would the world go boss its way to survival? Or would it collapse under its own attitude? Let's find out. Everyone loves to say, we're all equal.
We're going to do
Cute
both, y'all.
idea. Reality check. Infrastructure doesn't care about feelings. It cares about who shows up. Let's see who that is. 97% construction, men. 96% truck drivers, men. 95% utility workers, men. 92% military, men. 79% law enforcement, men. 93% trash collectors, men. 88% software engineers, men. So yeah, TikTok influencers aren't gonna fix the power grid. You unplug these men, your Wi-Fi, your DoorDash, your Netflix and chill, dead on arrival. These jobs aren't glamorous. No filters, no ring lights, no hashtag Monday motivation. Just back pain, busted knuckles, and overtime. These guys build.
And you see, listening to this content, I think a lot of people forget. We are so comfortable sitting in this world right now that we don't realize that everything in it is running because someone outside is maintaining it. You know, those of y'all that know me know what field that I work in. And it's a very relevant field because if I wasn't, and let's say, you could say my industry is dominated by like about 90%, not even 90, 95% men. I'm gonna even probably say 98 because a lot of women don't want to carry the ladders and stuff and hop on a bucket truck and maintain the infrastructure as the way that men do, right? So a lot of what we see now is maintained by men, and it's an industry that you have cable services, you have internet, and the only reason why you have it is because we maintain that infrastructure. But we're so comfortable, we forget that there's someone outside that's keeping it running. So this is how my sentiment to this is to show you how important men are. But in return, stay tuned because I want to show you how important women are, right? Because there's things that men forget that women do, that the comfortability that we have because of women, you know what I'm saying? We take it for granted. So in both instances, we take each other for granted. But keep watching. I got this. Let's go.
Your roads. Keep your lights on at 3 a.m. and patch up water mains while you dream about becoming a millionaire influencer. And guess what? Nobody thanks them. But without them, everything stops. So what happens when the men disappear? Day 1 to 3, flights grounded, subways frozen, buses dead, garbage piles up. Surprise.
So is he lying about that? Is he lying about that? Because I saw some people in some comment section before saying that flights will still go on when the majority of pilots are men. So I don't know how that is even a possibility. So my guy Blockchain says I'll be speaking on Black Manosphere Weekend in Miami this Labor Day. I'm gonna go out there with him. I'll meet him out there. So y'all make sure that I'll let y'all know whatever links or whatever y'all can, whatever we have, so y'all can join and watch it. But shout out to my guy. He will be speaking at Black Manosphere Weekend in Miami. I'm looking forward to it. Y'all know how my guy Blockchain give it up, raw and uncut. He gonna tell you what it is, not how you want it to be. So let's go.
Guys, rats love effinism too. The president vanished, along with every male vice president, speaker, and senator. By law, the next eligible official steps in, and it's Pam Bondi, the Attorney General. Suddenly, she's the acting president, thrust onto a platform without a stage, because authority isn't power without people to carry it out. Meanwhile, Twitter lights up with hashtags. Hashtag he strike. Hashtag temporary kings. Everyone jokes about how women got this. Sure, don't believe the waste warning? In 1968, New York's sanitation workers went on strike. By day 3, 30,000 tons of trash buried.
Y'all see me? Could y'all hear me? Freaking Wi-Fi. You see? The men need to be outside working because something's wrong with my Wi-Fi, and it don't seem like y'all can see or hear me. Let me know if y'all can see me or hear me in the chat. I'm watching it here, but it looks like I am or maybe frozen. Crazy. But hold up, let me see. There we go. Yeah, y'all can hear me. All right. So I remember my father telling me about that. I remember my dad telling me like, yo, there was a strike in New York with sanitation, and there was garbage everywhere. They was like they just went on strike. Just one department went on strike, and the city shut down, filled with rats, roaches, name a critter that is in New York City. It was out there. All because a group of men said, I'm not going to work. So that's the importance of just one industry that is dominated by men. But
One city, 3 days, a mountain of rot. Now picture that everywhere. Day 4 to 7. Then reality swings a hammer. Gas stations bone dry. Grocery shelves empty. Hospitals ration oxygen. No supply trucks coming. 911 rings and rings. Nobody left to answer. Meanwhile, the new president is live streaming hope speeches under flickering lights because no power crews. TikTok meltdown. Instagram meltdown. Your phone, a brick with anxiety. Here's a reality check. Back in 2022, Canada lost just 10% of its truck drivers because of a vaccine mandate. Within days, grocery shelves in Alberta were bare. The premier called it a crisis. Now picture all the drivers gone. Not 10%, 100%, and it's only day 4. By day 10, it's pitch black, literally and mentally. Rolling blackouts, sewage bubbling in the streets,
And that's something you got to think of right there, the power grids, right? Power grids, sewage, all of the things that keep this world going. And I'm doing this because like I said, I work in a predominant industry full of men. Sometimes those men do feel like they get looked over when it comes to things, not realizing how important what we all do are to society. What you add, what you have, what you give to society is super important, because the world was shut down, literally. If all of y'all said, I'm just not going to do anything, the world was shut down. We're talking about the infrastructure, literally the most important part. Not taking away from nursing, not taking away from hospitals, not taking away from women-dominated industries, right? Not taking away from that. I'm talking about the infrastructure itself. What keeps us sanitized, what keeps things running, what keeps clean water, what keeps electricity going, what keeps these machines that we built powered. It's men. Let's keep it real. It's men. 1,000% men, or at least if you want to look at it like that, 98%. Let's keep going.
Sits coughing sludge. Your fridge, dead. Your phone.
Hold up, I got my brother World Class in the building. What up, what up, what up, what up? Family, hashtag we up. My brother is here. What up? All right, let's keep going.
Dead. Hope, deader. And if you think this is doomer fiction, think again. In 2021, Texas froze for just 4 days. 200 plus people died from hypothermia, carbon monoxide poisoning, house fires, and burst pipes, flooding entire neighborhoods. One winter storm, one grid failure, $18 billion in damage. Now imagine the power never comes back on, because the men who fix it aren't there. The same people who mocked the patriarchy are now bartering stale granola for clean water. Day 20, society's mask rips off, looting at brunch time. Cops outnumbered. Some officers just don't come back. Fires rage in abandoned stores and apartment blocks. No firefighters to knock them down. Chemical spills, gas leaks, explosions. No hazmat crews left to contain it. Small neighborhoods barricade streets, arming themselves with bats and kitchen knives. Remember Hurricane?
Now, do y'all think that that's real? Let's talk about that part real quick. Do y'all think that if you lived in a world where men stop working, right? We just talking about a simple 30 days. Do you think that women would be in danger of other women? Talk to me, y'all. Do y'all think that women would have to now worry about violence? And I'm being very specific when I say this. I'm talking about violence from other women. If everything was shut down, just like he said, no lights, we had no clean running water, we had no sanitation, garbage piled up all over the streets. Do you really believe that women would be in danger? Because I don't know. Part of me says yes, it's a survival thing from women, right? Like women have a natural innate feeling to survive, even in the instances where their husbands were to pass on. They tend to look to get under another man for some form of survival, especially back when the world was more reliant on having a husband. So do you think that if there was no men, that women would have to worry about violence from other women? Let me know in the comment section. Keep going.
Katrina, looters stripped stores bare while rescue teams risked their lives in waist-deep water. That chaos cost over $125 billion in damages and took years to rebuild. And that was just one city, one storm for a few days. Now picture that same raw desperation, but spread across an entire country with no rescue teams coming this time. The same people who said men are replaceable now whisper, where did all the good men go? Day 30, no power, no trucks, no water, no law. The rich run to bunkers, hoping diesel and canned beans outlast desperation. The rest huddle around candles in moldy apartments. whispering prayers for daylight. Cities become tombs. Disease creeps through flooded basements and rat-infested streets. Bodies go unburied, just like during the 1918 Spanish flu, when so many died so fast that coffins ran out and mass graves were dug in city parks. In that pandemic alone, over 50 million people died worldwide, partly because infrastructure buckled under so many sick and dead. Now imagine a modern world. Phones dead, no heat, no clean water, no strong backs left to bury the fallen. Civilization didn't pause, it collapsed. And in the deafening silence, one truth survives. Comfort was built on discipline. Discipline was built on sacrifice. And sacrifice was built by the same men you forgot to thank. See, masculine labor built the modern world. Masculine energy keeps it breathing. In 2018, when California's deadliest wildfires erupted, over 8,500 fires scorched nearly 2 million acres, destroyed 24,000 structures, and killed more than 100 people, all while thousands of male firefighters, utility linemen, and helicopter crews fought day and night to stop them. No viral trends, just grit and elbow grease. If men stop working, the fantasy of independence shatters overnight, because hashtags don't unclog sewers, tweets don't fly helicopters into wildfires, and corporate suits don't run power lines through a blizzard at 2 a.m. Men do, the kind who show up, shut up, and carry it all while you scroll in comfort.
Crazy.
What do they get for this? Mockery, blame, told they're toxic. Yet they still show up. Why? Because purpose beats applause, duty beats dopamine. But never forget, if they vanished for just a month, this empire of convenience crumbles fast, while many sat safe, scrolling past the wreckage, never realizing who kept the lights on. In 2020, male truckers didn't get to stay home. They drove through the pandemic with exposure risk, delivering food, medicine, and gear, while many sat safe. Freight waves reported on drivers facing infection risk at every truck stop, with no work-from-home option. Transport Topics called them frontline heroes, honoring the daily sacrifice that kept shelves stocked and hospitals supplied. So here's the moral of this not-so-fairy tale. Respect the foundation, or watch the house collapse on top of you. Men, stand tall, not bitter, not boastful, just aware.
So I gotta jump in here, y'all. Listen, the way that they put this together. Hold on, let me make myself a little bigger here, because I gotta give props to where props are due. The way that they put this together, Manosphere Highlight Daily. If you ever see this, thank you so much for putting together such a great video, literally a great video, to let men know that they are needed. And I think that's the problem we have. A lot of men feel as if they're not valued, even though they're getting up and maintaining the infrastructure every day. And I'm talking about, I don't care whether you're throwing garbage in the back of a truck, to a doctor in the ER, to just maintaining someone's car, literally changing a carburetor, changing an alternator. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you're doing, it's valuable, because you keep, honestly, everything going. If you start pulling away just the one little thing that you do, one by one by one, you start taking it away, what do you have? There's no cars to drive. There's no airplanes to fly. There's no running water. You know what I'm saying? There's no electricity. There's no cable. There's no Wi-Fi. There's no nothing. There's like nothing. It ceases to exist. The appreciation that I have for my male counterparts being in this world, and the value that my male counterparts bring into this world, is bar none. You couldn't ask God to be, for us to be more intelligent creatures than what we are, to be able to not only maintain, but continue to build something different and something new. Now, I got something for you, ladies. Ladies. What would it be if women would have stopped working for 30 days. What will happen? Now, the infrastructure won't fall, right? We don't necessarily need women to maintain the infrastructure at all. You know what I'm saying? What we need women for is far more of the survival and the push forth of our future, right? Men are not teachers to that degree. And it's not saying that men can't teach, but we're not necessarily trying to sit down at home, open a book, and read that with our kids daily to make them become the next whatever, right? Women do that. All right. Women are primarily keeping us in good health. Men might create the medicine, but women distribute the medicine. So when it comes down to that higher understanding of higher education for that field, women are 1000% necessary and relevant. So this one right here is for the ladies. So let's get into that, all right? And let's see what we can talk about. Let's see what we talking about. All right, let me share this tab. Let's play the video.
Okay, time for the reverse simulation. What if every woman on earth just clocked out? No teachers, no nurses, no HR reps, no influencers, no moms. 30 days, no women. Would civilization freeze or would it adapt?
Ain't that a man?
First things first, let's be real. Women dominate some fields. Healthcare, education, administration, they run the show. 91% of nurses, women. 76% of K-12 teachers, women. 96% of HR professionals, women. 83% of social workers, women. 85% of elementary school principals, women. 90% of childcare workers, women. Almost 100% of Instagram skincare routines, women. They're the backbone of emotional labor. The planners, the post-it note warriors. They run the calendars, the check-ins, the "did you eat today?" texts. Take that away for 30 days. Get ready for chaos of a different kind. Day 1 to 3. The world doesn't explode. It just goes quiet. Hospitals don't fall. Not yet. But the care's gone. Nurses, NICU angels, pediatric pros vanished. These weren't assistants. They were the pulse. They reposition fragile bodies. Notice the slurred speech. That means stroke. Fix the IV before it infiltrates. Without them, medicine is there, but the healing missing.
Hold on. I haven't seen Viva in forever. What's good afternoon? Shout out to you, my sister. Do me a favor, y'all. She got a channel. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe. Do me a favor, drop your link to your channel in the comment section. So that way people can go over to you and subscribe. It's good seeing you. I feel like I haven't seen you in the comments in a while, a good while, but always pleasure. Always a pleasure. Let's keep going.
Doctors diagnose, but nurses deliver. And now, nobody's delivering. Meanwhile, the schools, not closed from illness, just empty. Teachers, 76% women, gone. Daycare, done. Pre-K, history. Your toddler is now your full-time coworker and snack manager. Over in the office, reality sets in. HR wasn't just compliance posters and birthday cards. Now it's payroll chaos, zero onboarding.
And you see, that's real, right? Me personally in the workplace, I'm not big on, because if you think about HR, right? No, of course. You don't even got to thank me for that. It's good seeing you. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely good seeing you. So basically, if you think about the workforce, right? Think about women's role. Let me make myself a little bigger while I say this. You think about the women's role in the workforce, especially in male predominant industries now. HR predominantly women, but HR, a lot of HR cases, right, is just to make sure that pretty much the company is in compliance with the laws, right? Like you're following rules, you're following policy, you're following guidelines. Now, do we necessarily need that in all cases? Not really. The only time you would need it is when you go against women, I believe. And this is why you start to see in a lot of corporation men back away from even dealing with a lot of women in the workforce. And this is a real thing, y'all. I'm in corporate. A lot of men start to back away from dealing with women in the workforce because they worry more about a woman going to HR and complaining about them. Whereas to men, when it's predominantly men, we tend to just say whatever. We tend to move however. If you ask me, and this is my personal opinion. Y'all can get me if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. When you think about HR and you think about what it stands for, it usually is to protect people from being offended or feeling discriminated against or feeling as if they're being harassed, both mentally and sexually, right? So when you think of HR, that's what comes to mind, especially in the corporate world. But payroll is a different thing, which is predominantly women ran as well. Men don't want to deal with that. I can tell you that for a fact. Men are not trying to be in charge of no type of payroll, no type of nothing. You know what I'm saying? We try to just straight up enjoy our time at work and go home. We don't want to feel as if I need to be on guard for everything, and that's meant for you. You know what I'm saying? So, hold on. I gotta think. I got somebody outside cutting the grass. Let me just tell him thank you. Hold on. Yes. So that's just my observation when I look at what's needed in the workforce as opposed to men versus women. Of course, you live in a world where it's men and women, so you need HR. You need HR, hands down. I don't think that I personally ever, matter of fact, I know I haven't ever went to HR when it came down to dealing with anything for any complaints, I should say. I might have went to them to understand policy, but not complain about anything. But let's keep going.
Conflicts with no one to mediate. Oh, and therapy? Gone. 70% of therapists were women, and most of their clients also women. Nearly 1 in 3. Now,
fellas, do me a favor. Answer this in the comment section. How important is therapy? How important is therapy to you? Do you need therapy so much so that if it was gone, you feel as if the world itself will crumble? Talk to me. Let's talk about that.
0. Sure, technically the men could still book a session, but here's the real loss. The quiet net that caught the fall. School counselors, office mediators, nurses who notice when you're not okay. The emotional scaffolding, gone. Now everyone's walking a tightrope. Emotional labor wasn't extra. It was the airbag, the stabilizer. And now the crash is quiet, but it's already happening. Day 3, society's still standing, but it's not running. It's leaking. Day 4 to 7. But here's where things get interesting. By day 4, men stop waiting and start building. They step into the roles left behind, not because they're trained, but because someone has to. 92% of active duty military are men. And when things break, that 92% kicks in. Combat medics replace bedside nurses. Corpsmen stitch wounds, run IVs, hold newborns with the same calm they carry into battle. Infantry, now substitute teachers, running class.
Our girl April is in the building. She says, hey, chat, what up, my sister? We are talking about right now, basically at first, April, I did a how relevant men were, because if men were to leave the workforce for 30 days, what would happen to society? Now I'm doing, what if women leave the workforce for 30 days? What will happen to society? My guy, TDP, is in the building. He said, what up, GMT and family? Shout out to you. All right.
Classrooms with tactical precision. Logistics officers, suddenly kings of HR, payroll, and supply chain. Turns out, when you can launch troop movement in a war zone, scheduling field trips and managing PTO is light cardio. Turns out the guys who built cities and fought wars can also handle story time, payroll systems, and emotional breakdowns. Who knew? Adaptation isn't slow, It's wired in. When half the population disappears, the other half stops making excuses. By day 7, the machine's running again. Different hands, same output, maybe stronger. The Iceland experiment.
So that's something I don't know about, right? I mean, because you got to think like nursing is it's a nurturing job. I'm not going to say it's a feminine job. It's more nurturing, and I'm not saying that men are not nurturing. I think for men to be masculine, you have to have a nurturing side in you in order to be able to provide for a family. But and I say that with a strong but. I'm talking about, let's talk about the butt so big it looked like a BBL, right? Men don't want to do things like that. And that's strong. And I think we can't downplay that. Men do not want to be in the nursing home taking care of old people. You see, I think we're thinking about just hospital, right? You think hospital care, and your mindset might go to, all right, women primarily stitches up wounds, they're bedside nurses, they're taking care and running medical facilities, right? We're thinking that, but we're not thinking about nursing homes. What happens to the elders? Which is a good percentage of this population is in nursing homes, some type of adult care living. Men are not trying to change an adult's diaper. I'm sorry, y'all. We're forgetting about that. We can't. We can't. This comes to the necessity of women because what men won't do, women will. Right? Yes, we maintain the infrastructure. We keep the lights on. We do all that good stuff. But you're not trying to change no adult diaper. Am I lying, fellas? Am I lying, fellas? Let's talk about it. Are we out here talking about, yo, let me go take care of some old people? No. Yes, men can stitch up wounds. We could take care of children. We could, whatever. We could maintain a lot of those things that replaces what women do in the workforce. But we are not trying to take care of a large part of the population, which is our elderly. We're not trying to do that. So I think it's a little bit disingenuous to say that, but let's keep going.
Think this is all fantasy? Let me introduce you to Iceland. 1975. Women walked off the job. Every job. Factories froze. Schools shut down. Men had to bring their kids to work or not work at all. And in just 24 hours, the nation realized something terrifying. They'd built an entire system that assumed women would always be there. But here's the twist. It only lasted a day. Now imagine 30. Men adapted, took over. But the panic, very real, because no one saw the iceberg coming, even when it was their own wife. Almost 50 years later, they did it again. In 2023, nearly 90% of Icelandic women walked out to protest the same thing. Unpaid labor, invisible labor, unequal labor. The country slowed. Men scrambled. Again, because even in the most gender equal nation on earth, the system still leaned on women by default. But here's the kicker. The system leaned on women, but it didn't fall without them. Men stepped in, struggled, improvised, and made it work. It wasn't perfect, but adaptation didn't need permission, just necessity. So don't say it's unrealistic. It already happened twice. We're just turning up the heat. The silent industry.
They're talking about Iceland, right? But I'm more talking about the world, right? Like, so if there was all women walked off the workforce, yes. The infrastructure, like I said, I'm gonna stress that the infrastructure maintains. The children will be taken care of. Maybe not to the degree that women do it, but it can be done, right? Because men do that, right? There's men at home with their kids all the time. Aloha is in the building. Shout out to salute. She says, make sure you are hitting the like button as you enter the door. Don't forget that. Likes are free. All right. So, but the major part is, like I said, that large population that we're forgetting about that men. It's more of what we're trying not to do. It's more of what we make sure we don't do. And that's the problem. Could it be maintained even long term? No. I don't believe that men could step into primarily women's roles because it's not what we are. I don't, and I'm gonna say this, and I might get a little backlash for this, but it's not what men are built for. Am I wrong by saying this? Men are not built to do women's roles. Women are not built to do men's roles. Can we do them? Yes. Yes. Can a woman pick up a ladder and climb up and maintain some form of electrical grid? Can she? Yes. Can the vast majority of them? No, because a lot of it is a lot of physical restraints that stop women from taking those type of jobs. But it's the same thing with men and women. So when you look at the women, right? Men are not trying to do what women do. On average, we not. Let's keep it real. We're not. So it's not saying we can't. The problem is we don't want to. And not saying we don't want to is because we're not built to. Right? So even Viva here, she says, no, you're not wrong. She says, I strongly believe in gender roles. And gender roles have a lot to do also with physical restraints. Have you ever seen what it's like working in an oil rig on an oil ship? Physically, most men can't do that job. I'm not even lying to you. It takes a certain strength to be able to move that machinery around. You could just go online and look at some of the videos. It takes a certain strength that most men do not have. Not saying that you can't get to there as a man, right? It's not saying you can't go to the gym and work out and build yourself up to be a man to be able to maintain that type of machinery. But it's not a job for the weak. And in the same, taking care of old people is not a job for the weak. It's not. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, have you ever been in a nursing home? Have you ever? My mother worked in a nursing home for years. So every time I used to go out there to go see her, I used to wonder how the hell she is doing this job. I couldn't fathom doing what she was doing. Cleaning up old people's feces and changing diapers and making sure the facility is clean at the same time, because you don't want to get these old people sick. You got to make sure that you're turning them over so they don't get bed sores. There's so much involved with taking care of old people in nursing homes. It's wild. So could we do it? Yeah. Do we want to? No. Let's keep going.
Let's talk about the industry nobody talks about, but everybody uses. Sex work, OnlyFans, escorts, cam girls, gone, cold turkey. When women vanish from the workforce, it's not just nurses and teachers who disappear. It's also the cam model, the sugar baby, the emotional therapist disguised as a flirt. 80
Fellas. Can you survive without sedge workers? Could you survive without it? Let's talk about that. Think about it. There's a lot. If you look at the amount of money the average Peace Star makes, this is it shows you that men can't survive without it. You'll have a girl. What's that young girl? I forgot her name, y'all. She just turned 18, and on her 18th birthday, she dropped her OF link. And when she dropped that, the OnlyFans, let's say OnlyFans, she dropped her OnlyFans link at the age of 18, like on her 18th birthday, and she became a millionaire in 3 hours. 3 hours. I forgot the girl's name. Some white girl. I don't know. She became a millionaire in 3 hours because of men. Because of men. So, fellas, can you survive without sex workers? Can you survive? How long could you survive without the touch of a woman. That's something that men need to think about as well. How long? I'm not saying you can't do it. A lot of men do it. But if you're a man that's accustomed to touching women, how long could you survive without touching a woman? It's something that you got to think about. All right, let's keep going.
To 90% of sex workers are women, and most of their clients, men. Sex work was never just about sex. It was connection, fantasy, validation. For many, 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 many men, especially lonely, isolated men, it was their only mirror. And now it's gone. Not paused, not replaced, gone. Men are stuck watching reruns of fantasies that no longer exist. That independent queen who hated men, turns out she was also your only form of emotional intimacy. Without synthetic intimacy, men confront the mirror. Some break, some rebuild. When women disappeared, so did the illusion. And for the first time in decades, men had to find out who they are without someone pretending to love them for $5 a minute.
That's
Fast
real.
forward to your
Hold
office.
on.
No
Hold
women.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. That was so real, yo. It was so real. Think about what he just said. Think about what he just said. You have to live with yourself. Literally have to live with yourself without the thought of a woman. And for a lot of people who's not used to doing that, that's hard. That's hard. I could tell you, I'm a married man. I could tell you, I married my wife for the convenience of a woman, right? Let's keep it real. Fellas, if you have a woman in your life, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. How important it is to have a woman's touch, a woman's embrace, a woman's nurturing. Or just to come home, I come home and my wife be like, yo, there's your food's in the microwave. Or sometimes the moment I walk in the door, the food is just getting off the stove and she puts it on the table and she's like, here, eat before you go take a shower. Listen. If fellas, if you never experienced that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You need to find a woman that does that for you because that's super important to have of a trait in a woman. And it shows you the value. And if you did not have it, I'll tell you, when my wife goes away for like, I don't know, a week, right? A few weeks back, she went to New York. I was here alone. It was rough. Like the first 2 days, I was cool as a fan. I was like, yo, listen, you good? I walk around the house in my birthday suit. I'm chilling. My wife and my son was gone. I'm like, yeah, this is great. Man, day three hit. I'm like, hold up, son. This house is mad quiet. I'm like literally eating freaking tuna fish for dinner. I'm not saying I can't cook. Do I want to cook all the time? No. And when you're not accustomed to cooking all the time because your wife does it for you, now you start looking around because, man, I've been with my wife for 15 years. So I really don't be cooking like that, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not even going to hold you. That's not my ministry. There's some things that I don't have to worry about. There's some things that she don't have to worry about. All fair, love, and war, right? So, yeah, that just not having my wife for a few days, I felt it, yo. I felt it. And that's something I think that we take for granted as men, you know, when we have a woman, or if you know that you could have a woman and replace her with another woman, you tend to take women for granted, not thinking that if women weren't around, what would your life be like? If there was no companionship, if there was no type of intimacy, no touch, no calling, no late night text, no, are you okay? No, like really think about that. Or will you be okay if there were no women to give you that? Those are things that I think a lot of men forget when we turn around and be like, oh, I'll be all right without women. We take a lot of the content in the manosphere to heart, and we know we're like, okay, well, men could survive without women. Of course we can. We maintain the infrastructure, so yeah, there would be still running water, clean water. The electricity would still be on. You know what I'm saying? We'll still have Wi-Fi. But if I have Wi-Fi and there's no women I'm looking at posting, you're not seeing your latest twerk, fellas. You know you love seeing that. You're not seeing your latest whatever from the baddies. You're not seeing all that. Then what's the point? Think like really, 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 really think about this. I'm trying to get a little deep with this. You know, we can have all of the running stuff, but men built this world comfortable for women and children. That has always been a man's priority, to make your house, to make your home comfortable for women and children. We'll buy the house, we allow the women to make it a home. What if there's no woman? What if they was just gone? Just imagine that. I'm not, and don't, for the ladies, don't take this harsh, because I'm not trying to say that y'all are only good for sex work and, you know, whatever. I'm just trying to say that the importance of you to men is the nurturing aspect of you. And that's what I'm talking about. Let's keep going.
No awkward elevator rides. No, that joke was inappropriate. It's quiet, productive, focused. Also, kind of weird. See, the post-Me Too world made one thing clear. Workplaces became legal minefields. Men withdrew. Meetings got colder. Collaboration got awkward. Now, that tension is gone. But so is the balance. Even the news feels off. The male anchor delivers the facts. Sharp, steady, professional. But without the counterbalance of a woman, it's all one tone, one face, and yeah, you feel the difference. The female voice, that shift in tone, that contrast in delivery, that human layer, gone. Now, there's no office drama, but there's also no contrast, no tonal shift, no complementary presence, just straight line execution, all gas, no counterweight. The vibe didn't vanish, it shifted. Less gut instinct, less nuance in the room, less of that unspoken something women bring, until it's not there. Day 30, the world kept spinning. Men adapted, hospitals functioned, schools reopened, even therapy got bootlegged. And now, the women come back. We're back! But the jobs they left, already filled by the same men they once said couldn't multitask. And now the tension returns, the negotiations, the movements, equality 2.0, wage gap 3.0.
Yo, so check it, right? Check out what they did there. They basically let you know, like, yeah, women will be missed, but then all of a sudden they brought the women back and they're like, here comes the noise again. Listen, yo, shout out to the content creators. Shout out to Manosphere Highlight Daily. They did a great job with this, but I thought this was hilarious because it's true. Like, yo, imagine a world where you come back and all your jobs was replaced by another man, or they're like, hold up, man, all right, in the workplace, we really don't need you, so you know what, we're not gonna hire you then. Yeah, we're gonna have a big problem.
And of course, the hashtags. You wanted the truth? Here it is. The system didn't collapse. It rebooted. 30 days without women didn't kill society, but it exposed its assumptions. It showed who really adapts, who really builds, and who everyone expects to just show up. Men didn't collapse, they recalibrated. And the moral? Respect is a two-way street. You don't get to call someone useless, then expect them to fix your future. Because when the real work starts, that bear you said you'd rather be with, yeah, he's not fixing the generator. Dismiss the builder and you'll miss the foundation. Modern comfort isn't magic, it's labor. And labor needs loyalty from both sides. And if you think this...
So hold up, y'all. Y'all got to make sure you guys are subscribed. They got a series. Let me exit this real quick. I want to go to their channel and show it to y'all. They have a series on their because ever since AI became a thing and AI is actually popping right now, go back and watch these videos right here. Meaning, what if women stop working, which is what we just watched. Is it worth dating in LA? Millennial women are hitting the wall. Watch these videos, because God, yo, listen, shout out to them for creating such dope content. The content, like, you know, it gives you something to think about. It gives you something to think about. And it raises awareness for the appreciation of men and women. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we value each other enough, right? I don't think men and women give each other the credit that's deserved for building this world the way it is. Like, we all keep it running, right? Men and women, right? Without women, the nurturing side, done. And we're not even saying a world without, we're not even saying a world where women don't exist. We're saying a world where women put the mics down. We're saying a world where women are not in the workforce. We're saying a world where, you don't see the news anchor as a woman. We're saying a world that when you look for something feminine, it's just not there anymore. That side of a workplace where all you see is a bunch of men. Could you imagine going into a corporate building? At first, you might feel okay if you walked in there and it's a bunch of men every day. You're like, okay, well, at first this is cool, but let that go on for 30 days. Let that go on for 6 months. And you don't hear not one woman's voice in that corporate building. I swear to you, you'll go crazy. It don't even got to be an attractive woman. It'll just be a woman. You just like, yo, all right, especially if it's an attractive one. But a woman nonetheless. You'll be in your feelings if you're like, man, it's just a bunch of dudes in here. What are we going to talk about? What am I going to look at? Think about it. Fellas and ladies, think about it. All of that, I don't need a man, or the patriarchy, or all of that talk that you talk, because we all know I don't have these panels. And some of the ladies on my panels like talking about the patriarchy and making it sound as if most men are womenizers when it's not true. Most men do things to keep the world running for the comfort of women and children. That's really what we do. So, yeah, I think we're better together than we are apart. I think that we complement each other. And I think we add value as men and women to each other. I can't imagine a life without a wife after being with a woman for so many years. And God, I pray God keeps her to where I never would have to experience living my younger years without her. But anyways, shout out to the content creator. Let's keep going though. I got some other content that I wanted to share with y'all. Y'all, I don't know who this young lady is. I believe she's famous. She's somebody. I don't know. You guys can tell me in the comment section who she is. But she was in the airport. Wow. I think it was the airport. But let's just watch the video.
Yeah. Look at me. Look at me. Give me a discount.
Who is she? Do y'all know, in the comments, do y'all know who this lady is? I don't know who she is, but she's disrespectful. Let's keep going.
Why? Who watching you? There's no cameras around. You what? Man, you a honky. What you listen to these white people for? All right, let me call these motherfuckers who come pick up the people who ain't got no green card. Let me call.
She says she gonna call ICE on the African man that is doing his job. You don't know who she is? I don't know who she is. I'm trying to figure out who she is. I don't know. I do not know. My guy TDP says, can't imagine life without coming home to a white wife, Travis Hunter, and the pro athletes. Yo, you stupid. All right, let's keep going.
Call them and put you in ISIS then. Yeah, let me get on that. Now you want to look funny, huh? Let me call my partner in ISIS.
ISIS? ISIS? She's talking. All right, let's keep going. This woman is mad rude.
Obey the white man that bad? Let me show you what the white man will do to you. Trump! Give me a discount. I've been going for a week. I ain't mean to say that long. Hello? Do it. Your ass gonna find yourself in a world of trouble, buddy. Because I know you're African.
Hi, Tony. You look so beautiful.
Hey, baby, I can't wait till my sister get out of jail.
Okay. Well, you know what? I never watched Love and Hip Hop. And she Bad Girls Club. Isn't they still play Bad Girls Club? I used to watch that like with my wife many years ago. I think that's like when we first started dating. So she's been on that show. That's crazy. All right, let's keep going.
I don't want to have these fucking problems. This nigga don't want to cut me no deal. Exactly. Tell him.
This is very nice. So lovely. You're so pretty.
Tell him. Look. She the real one.
Real one. So pretty. Tommy me.
Oh, Tommy,
You
yeah.
bogus, dog. Who is you?
300.
Huh? No, it was 200 when he said it.
200.
Nigga, you got me fucked up, nigga. Show me the dates. I'll fuck y'all niggas up out here. Dead ass.
God,
Show.
yo, she is so damn masculine, son. Look, even her voice got deeper. Even that voice got deeper. That's disgusting. Man.
Show me, nigga. Show me out.
300.
Show me out.
Ma'am.
I'm not no motherfucking ma'am. I'm a mister.
A
Show me
miss?
out. Show me how I owe you. Show me how I owe you 300.
Oh my
You
God.
want to
Show me out, nigga. Show me right now. You better get to showing me real quick, nigga.
90 days since I wait for 41 minutes. 300.
So you park for 90 days and expect to come back and get a discount? Yo, the entitlement, right? For you to go somewhere and think that you can make the rules and then on top of it, get disrespectful, tell somebody you're gonna get them deported as if you have any authority and just be rude. Like, you see, and even for the sister that worked there should have held her accountable. Like, yo, I don't care who you are. There's rules. And I'm not going to lose my job because you think that you're somebody important. When you're really not. You are just on Love and Hip Hop and Bad Girls Club. You are regular. You are regular. You don't even have money to pay to where you're fussing about a $300 bill, $500 bill, whatever. Let's keep going.
What?
300, ma'am.
9 days? Nigga, I left the other day. I said I was coming back yesterday, nigga. I'm here before time. Ah, my God.
What?
My husband. He was
Yo, son. They go to tears. So when you realize you're not going to get your way, you break out in tears. You break out, start crying. You look for some type of sympathy. It's insanity, if you ask me. She gets nothing. She gets no remorse. I'm sorry.
in Vietnam. Trump got him out there on the bullshit. I swear to God. Trump got my husband. I don't want the police to come. I might get deported and the children back at home. That's why I flew here.
Nah, she got to be joking.
That's why I flew here so fast. Please.
She trolling.
$300 for a parked car?
She got to be trolling. What is this? Yo, ladies. Let's have some decorum when we're outside. First of all, you see all this foolishness happen at the airport. As a matter of fact, check this out. I ain't going to play this whole video, but I do have it because I thought about playing it for y'all. But let's check this foolishness out. Let's see this. First of all, it says woman goes off and takes over BWI Frontier into terminal. Hello, God don't bless the ugly. Now she's in the airport, and I'm not even gonna play the whole video because you can barely make out what she's saying. It's just disgusting. Then you got homegirl sitting there in her tiger. What is that? There she go. She got a tiger outfit on in a bonnet, sitting on the floor. It like what? Oh my God. The last time I went to Charlotte Douglas, it was kind of bad. I'm not even gonna hold you. you saw a lot of men in bonnets. You saw men in bonnets. You saw this type of foolishness happening. Women were just loud. You know what I'm saying? The men weren't correcting them. They were just standing around, and they were with these women. And this is the type of stuff that we're talking about here. Like, there was no reason for any of this. There's so much happening in one instance. First of all, how she get the PA to be talking over the speakers and just having a whole monologue? And that's what happened, y'all. I didn't see this.
I want to get turned. I want to make this white. I swear I do. I want to get your free shit. I want to make this white. But I'm giving everybody. I'm not supposed to give me some points. I get some points.
She ends up getting arrested because at the end, the police came. But I just can't get over homegirl sitting. I can't get over homegirl sitting on the ground in her tiger print outfit, right, with the biggest bonnet on. Homegirl on the peak. This is crazy. This is crazy. I don't know what's happening to society. Back in the day, airport travel was a thing of class, right? Because it used to be expensive. So you had to have money to be able to travel from state to state, from country to country. It wasn't just a thing. So you had people with money that would move in a certain way because they had to represent themselves to their status. Now you have Frontier, Spirit Airlines. You have some of the cheapest airlines ever, right? Where you could get from New York to Miami if you buy the tickets at the right time for like $50. Sometimes you spend $100, you can get a round trip. So when you're in these airports, you're going to see this debauchery, this foolishness. It's like no self-control, no decorum, no shame, no nothing. And when I said something in the comment section, like, yo, ashamed by, what I say? Offended by everything, ashamed of absolutely nothing. And some women were coming from my neck saying, oh, you saying that? That's what white people say against us. No, it's not. It's the truth. It's the truth. If you could be in the airport acting like this, dressing like homegirl on the floor, she is in her night clothes. What she got, I'm more mad at homegirl sitting there in her bonnet and on the ground and in that tiger print onesie than I am at homegirl loud on the speakers. Because you see less of the homegirl loud on the speaker than you see way more of her dressing the way she's dressing on the ground. We need to have a better image. And this is what I try to tell my children, right? I tell this to my kids. Your ethnic image means everything because it's how people are going to respect you. And we got to keep in mind, we can't be as selfish to say that my ethnic image is the only thing that matters to me. So if I move a certain way and if I look a certain way, that's all that matters. No, I matter on how the next black man looks out there as well. So if I carry myself a certain way, we all as black men get looked at as a stereotype. This is how these niggers are. Right? Am I lying about that? So this is why we got to carry ourselves a certain way, because how I move is how my brother's going to get looked at. And how my brother moves is how I'm going to get looked at. Now my sister moves is how my sister's going to get looked at. And the cycle just continues. And then what happens is we live in a world where people don't respect you. Now, what happens when people don't respect you in the world? Opportunities are not going to come to you as often. You're not going to get the job offers. You're not going to go somewhere and people are going to welcome you in with open arms. Money is not going to get distributed to you evenly. It matters how you carry yourself. I don't care how you could try to finesse this. I don't. Your ethnic image matters, ladies and gentlemen. It does. It does. It does. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I don't have y'all for too long today. I am about to go film another episode of Meet to Marry. Shout out to my man G.A. Harper. I believe you're coming out. You're working on your YouTube as well. So do me a favor. If you have a link to drop, feel free to drop it in the comment section so you can get some people from over here, over there, and let's get it active on his channel. But as I was saying, I don't have y'all for a long time. I got y'all for a short time today because I have to be at the studio to film at 4 p.m. So I got to start getting myself ready to get out the door. We filmed another episode of Meet to Marry on, what was that? Thursday night? No, Wednesday night, sorry. Today's Friday. We filmed then. We film again coming up probably sometime early next week. We are doing a lot of work. And this is why y'all don't see me doing these shows as often, is because, and I apologize, because I know a lot of y'all are here, especially my core people that has been rocking with me for a while. Y'all are here mainly because I do these grown men talking shows. But I have been putting a lot of energy into Meet to Marry. And I'm really trying to take it to the next level, you know, and I'm putting in the work. I want to be known as one of the hardest working men in the business. So I'm working on building an empire. And to do so, it takes up a lot of time. So I apologize that I haven't been giving y'all the Sunday shows, the panels, what it takes to, you know, what y'all all subscribe for, I should say, you know, and that's my bad. That's my bad. But I hope y'all do see what I'm trying to do, respect what I'm trying to do, and I hope you all continue to support the channel in every way imaginable. I hope you continue to share, like, comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you tell your friends and family to subscribe, and let them all know what we got going on over here, because it's a lot bigger. I'm trying to separate myself from a lot of YouTubers, and what I'm trying to do is create an actual network for this channel, to where this channel over here has shows that you can watch, entertaining shows that you can watch. But much love, much respect. This is great. Great talking about if all men were to disappear. And also, let's talk about if all women were to disappear. It was great having this episode with y'all. I am looking forward to many more conversations with my GMT family. Thank you, everyone that's in the comment section. Thank you, everybody that hit the like button. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.
If it gets too hot, roll the window down. If I fuck things up, just tell me now. I'm living in a blinded town, am I running out of time? Feeling control when I'm talking to you. Slow trip, trying to play it cool. Nothing to do, let's drive to the ocean. Get high, lay on the beach. White water running down my feet. Make love and repeat. I don't ever want to stay all night to see the sunrise. 'Cause it's way too soon to be calling, baby. But it feels so right against the moonlight. Deep sea diving head first, don't save me. call.